Hi, this is Yvette from the KMC University Help Desk. Hey, docs, have you ever looked at your checking account and thought, I know I'm doing more services than this? Yes, we know payers and they don't want to pay us much, but there are times that we know there still should be more than what's in our pocketbook, and it feels like it's just falling out by bucketfuls all around us, but none of it is landing in our pocket to be able to take home or to be able to use in the practice for practice growth. You don't know what's happening. You thought it should be coming in. You look at statistics and something's just not making sense with you adding more services and your patient volume up. What you don't know may be hurting you. So let's take a look at a service that KMC University offers for our clients that you may want to take advantage of. It's called a practice billing profile. Let's see what that's all about for a moment. When we look at the practice billing profile, you can see here that this really is about analyzing your office and where it stands. We're going to look at the last 3 years of statistics. We're going to do a coding analysis of this last year. And you would not believe the amount of errors we find between where you're just saying, hey, I have this many new patients because you were keeping a tally sheet, and what comes out of your software as to what was billed. I have an office right now that I'm seeing a discrepancy of about 200 between their new patient codes and their new patient visit. I tell you now, if your average reimbursement for a new patient is $125, I think we can all do the math really quick and figure out there's some money being left on the table. I met with an office the other day, and it was kind of sad. I had to stop and let the whole office argue with each other for a moment because we talked about their re-exams and how they're not happening at a frequency that we would expect them to. And the lead doc stops and he goes, yes, we are. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. This is what it shows on the report. And I mean, he polled that whole room and asked every doctor in that room, are you doing them? Yes, we're doing them. Is it hitting the billing side? No. We found over $100,000 left laying on the table for that office alone because they didn't know how to look for this stuff that we know how to look for. We created this system and we know how to look for money lost on the table. We also will help and find the risk that you may have. Sometimes your coding ratios are a little bit too high in areas. Sometimes we find you always doing a 99202, the play it safe level, but they expect you to code appropriately. So we'll have a conversation about that, figuring out what you need to know that you don't already know, taking a look at your practice, finding out where in the world your money has gone. So I'm going to take you in a back door and I want you to take a sneak peek with me at one that I'm working on right now that might just blow your mind. Now, I'm not going into all of my thinking and all the analysis I do. I like to make little short notes off on the side, which you'll see. But you're going to see this office. I found $144,000 potential left laying on the table just by simply not doing re-exams. This isn't the only place that we find opportunity, but let's take a look. Are you ready to go look at it with me? Here we go. Right there, you see it on the screen. I started analyzing. Now, all those little purple bubbles and all the purple highlight, that's some things I have to comment about when I get in there. We're not going into that. This isn't your report. Yours will look different. But I have some questions about what am I seeing here? But when I think about what we would expect based on this new patient volume, this is the one that's about 200 off. So there's 600 and some over in there. I kept my tally sheet and what came out of their office system. So this isn't the math that I worked up for that. That's totally separate. But when I'm thinking about the re-exams, I go down and I just do a little bit of math, play around with some numbers based off of their reimbursement level, which I have on a separate document. And I come up with this total of at full rate, if they got their full rate for all of the re-exams, that's not the ones, I'm not counting the ones they've already got, but the ones they should have that are not there. It's $144,000 right there on the screen as you see, with a little bit odd dollar left over. This is what you don't know that can hurt your practice, and you sit here and you wonder, where did my money go? Maybe it never came in the first place. Let's dig and find this out with you together. Definitely reach out to KMC University and let us know, I want my practice billing profile today, so that we can get that started for you. You will be amazed at the opportunity that we find. Also, We help you look for any risk that leaves your practice at risk now. Getting this under control now and raising your opportunity, increasing your profit, I think that speaks the language of all of us. Before you go, don't forget to like, share, and follow KMC University on all of our social media platforms. If you're on Facebook, take a moment and go over to the Chiropractic Reimbursement and Compliance Experts. Click join. You will be happy you did. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.